Hello and welcome to the end of year book tag. This is the bookish tag that goes around YouTube. This sort of time every year we're going to be talking about what we're doing towards the end of the year, books we're looking forward to, books we still need to read, all of the fun stuff. And yeah, it's just the end of year book tag. The 6 questions that we ask in this tag I'm going to be going through and just talking to you about some books, some bookish things and some plans and yeah, all sorts. That is literally everything we're doing today, so I do not have anything else to add, so let's just get into the video. Let's start asking the questions. Question number 1, are there any books that you've started this year that you still need to finish? Yeah. So I went onto my Goodreads currently reading shelf for this, which is a lot right now. It's a lot. And basically what I've realised is I'm really struggling to find the time to read, where it's a sort of reading time where my brain can like process big ideas and analyse stuff, and I'm really struggling to find like the reading time where I can comprehend like heavy, dense, like non-fiction books. There are 4 non-fiction books that I've started this year. From what I've read, I've found them really good so far, but I need to finish. So those are Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race, Disfigured on Fairy Tales, Disability and Making Space, Pain and Prejudice, A Call to Arms for Women and Their Bodies, and Braiding Sweetgrass, which I definitely should have read by now because this was a book club pick and I'm just like, I don't know how far into it I am, but not very far. So yeah, all 4 of these books are books that I've started and really just need to make time to figure out reading them more. I have a lot of time to read. I read a lot of books, but I think there's something very different between like heavier non-fiction and like other books that I read. For me, non-fiction like this, I want a couple of hours chunks that I can sit down and my brain is free and like, you know, just able to read and truly process and comprehend what I'm reading. And I guess I just haven't had a lot of time for that. Most of my reading time lately has been reading before bed, and these are not the sort of books I want to read before bed. So yeah, those are the books that I've started this year that I do really need to finish. Question number 2. Do you have an autumnal book to transition you into the end of the year? Kind of. So by the time you're seeing this video, which will be in about 2 weeks, I will have recorded, edited and hopefully uploaded a video that I will link above right now, which is me reading some autumnal book recs, but I'm starting that video tomorrow. So as of yet, no, but hopefully at least one of the 3 books that I'm like going to be reading in that video are ones that will feel like the right autumnal book to transition me through. But I don't know, these are recommendations. I don't know if they're going to work for me or not. So yeah, I do recommend going and watching that video if you haven't already. So yeah, the answer to this question is yes, hopefully. I'm hoping to find the perfect autumnal book to transition me into the end of the year. And if I don't, I'll probably read something like Pumpkinheads or Fangs or, I don't know, Sad Ghost Club, Sheets. There's a new Sheets book out, so maybe I'd read that. But yeah, hopefully, yes. Question number 3. Are there any new releases that you're still waiting for? Yes, there's 2. So the first one is Bookshops and Bone Dust. This comes out on the 7th of November. I've got that one pre-ordered. I'm ready for it. Like, as soon as it gets here, I'll more than likely be consuming it. And then the second one is Heartstopper Volume 5. That's meant to be coming out on the 7th of December. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it will. There has been a lot of pushback and a lot of times that this book has been delayed, so I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, the 7th of December Heartstopper Volume 5 will be coming out, and if so I'll pick that up as soon as it does come out. I'll go find it and give that a read because I love the other Heartstopper books and I can't wait to continue on, and it is the penultimate volume, so very excited. Question number 4. What are 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year? I have the 3 sat in front of me. These are 3 2023 releases that I've purchased, that I own, that I have in my possession, and I haven't got around to reading yet. These are Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. If you have been around this channel for a while, it's a shelf up above what you can see. But you've probably heard me talk about Chloe Gong. The other series that they have is amazing. Like, I love it. It's absolutely great. I really love like the Shanghai series that is out, both the These Violent Delights duology, and I only have one book left to read of the other duology, and this is their first like adult book, I believe. So I'm really intrigued by it. I'm really intrigued to figure out how I feel about it, and I believe that this one is an Anthony and Cleopatra retelling, I think so. Yeah, that one. The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman. This is the 4th book in the Thursday Murder Club series. This is such a cozy, cute mystery series following these group of OAPs living in a retirement village, solving cold cases and current murders. And this is the 4th one. Basically, I want to read this. I want to get to this so quickly, but then the other part of my brain is, from what I know about this, I'm pretty sure a lot of it takes part on Boxing Day, and I'm like, do I read this on Boxing Day? Do I make this entire book my Boxing Day book? But then in this edition I've got, it doesn't say anything about Boxing Day in this synopsis, and I'm like, am I imagining that? I'm sure I've read it somewhere. I don't know. I need to get to it. I need to decide when I'm reading it. And then last but not least, potentially one of the bigger books to come out of 2023. I'd never heard of it until it came out, and it's blown up, and therefore I'm obviously talking about Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I don't know what to expect of this. I want to read it. I enjoy fantasy. I enjoy fantasy romance. I enjoy romantasy if it's the right book. So I do feel like I could enjoy this, and I'm intrigued because so many people have picked it up and loved it. I do really want to give it a go and see what I'm in for. But I'm going in hesitantly. I've heard that this is a book to get romance readers into thinking about picking up fantasy, and that's what I've heard. Like, set your expectations realistic. If you're already a fantasy reader, it's probably not going to be the best, but it's still good. It's still like a solid book, but it's more for the romance readers to get into fantasy. So I'm intrigued by it, but I'm a fantasy reader, and I'm like, is it going to live up to all this hype it's getting? Because this book, it just seems to be loved by everyone. So yeah, that is the final book that I would really like to get to before the end of the year. Question number 5. Is there a book that could shock you and become your favourite book of the year? Yeah, honestly, any of the books that I've already mentioned today could make it up there. And literally any book I read, like, I feel like I've got some books that I know will make it into like my top books of the year. And as I'm thinking right now, there's 3 or 4 in my mind where I'm like, oh, like they kind of have potential to take the top spot, but there isn't right now like a solid, oh my god, like this is definitely the top spot. There's 4 or 5 that are in the same genre, that gave me the same feelings, and I really enjoyed. But I think unless I've read them all back to back, I don't know how I'd pick it. It's probably going to be just a how I feel on the day. But because of that, it does mean, yeah, any book I read could make it to the top spot. Like, if any book is a solid enough read that I'm that confident in it, it could make it. So yeah, it's really exciting and really scary, because like I don't know what my favourite book of the year is going to be. That also leads us to loads of possibilities. Question number 6. Have you already started making reading plans for next year? Yes, kind of. No solid plans yet, but what I have done is I've been keeping my eyes open for anticipated releases already. I've already got my little notes on my phone of like releases that are coming out in 2024 that I'm really excited for. So there's already 8 or 9 books that are on there that, you know, hopefully, ideally, if I'm anticipated them, if I'm excited about them, I will get to them next year. And then the other thing that I have already started looking into, because I think I'm going to make it a goal for next year, not sure yet, there's no solid goals in place yet, but I think I'm going to make it a goal to next year to try and complete some series. So I have started kind of looking through series that I've started, because I had a quick count today and I think there's only over 50 series I'm currently reading. Yeah, it's not scary at all, totally fine, totally cool about it. But yeah, there are quite a few series that I think I've started reading that are either completed or will soon be completed, and I think I'm going to prioritise some of those next year and try and get some reading done that way. So yeah, no solid plans, like nothing. I can't tell you an exact book that I'm going to be reading, but there's things coming into play that I feel like will impact my reading next year, and yeah, I'm excited for it. That is all the questions. That is the entire tag. I hope you had a good time. I hope that you enjoyed this end of year book tag. If you're doing the tag, let me know down below. I'd love to watch so many of these. It's such a fun time of the year when these videos start coming out. I absolutely love watching them, so do let me know down below if you're making one. Do give the video a like if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. I do make a lot of bookish content. So yeah, that's it from me today. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.